سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك
Hello, I'm here top of Church Street, Primark Bold Street end on this very busy, rainy Sunday afternoon. The rain's just eased off a bit, so I thought I'd try and get a video. The video you've just watched is some cultural celebration in Oldham. Like I've spoken before, Oldham is a place that has undergone profound cultural change. It's a place I know quite well, being there in the early 2000s, being politically active there in the early 2000s, so I'm familiar with the place. It is similar to Blackburn and Burnley, Bradford, split right down the middle, or whatever. There's two opposing cultures, it's split right down the middle. Now, the people in Oldham, Burnley, Bradford, Blackburn, wherever, they've had over 50 years to assimilate and integrate, yet they haven't. And the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, is because they don't want to. As I've said, the culture that doesn't want to assimilate, wants to dominate, has no intentions whatsoever of embracing anyone's culture, let alone our Scouse culture. They don't care, as you've just watched. Well, okay, you know if I'm wrong, then why haven't they integrated? Why hasn't there been assimilation? Can anyone answer that? That's all I'd like from one of you proponents of cultural change. What has happened then, right? Diversity is our strength and everyone loves all mixing in together. What's happened in places like Oldham, Burnley, Blackburn, Bradford, and so on and so on? What's happened there then? Or am I making this up as well? You see, that's what I'm saying. There's not going to be assimilation. There's not going to be integration. So why would we want the same here for our glorious city? Given, like I've said, we're in possession, metaphorically speaking, of a crystal ball. The crystal ball's telling us what's on the way, what's on the way, how it unfolds, and the end result. That's it, right? So what you've just watched there, right, in parts of Oldham, that's the end result. There's only one culture there, and everyone dances to the tune of that culture. There's no host culture that's celebrated there. It's been pushed out years ago, decades ago even. So that's what I'm saying. Why would we want this here in our city? For what reason would we want that for? That's what I'm saying. We wouldn't. We'd have to be mad. Literally mad, as a great man once said. And so that's why we need to oppose further cultural change. Do it at the ballot box. Next election, whatever that may be, find a candidate, reliable, credible, opposed to further cultural change, and give them your vote. Because short of that, that's on the way in the crystal ball. What you've just watched in the video, that's the crystal ball, let's say, right? That's telling us what's on the way, how it unfolds, and the end result. You can't get any more clearer, right? That is it. What you've just watched, that's the crystal ball, let's say, right? And that's what's on the way. It doesn't assimilate, it doesn't integrate, it doesn't want anything to do with anything like that, right? It wants us to spread its own culture. And you can't blame them. I don't knock them for that. But it's at our expense, right here in our city. If we let this continue, ladies and gentlemen, what you just watched, that's your clip, that's Liverpool's future, right? Now, you can't say, oh, come on, Joe, you're exaggerating there, aren't you? Say, well, what have you just watched then? Right? What have you just watched? You've just watched the cultural transformation of a once proud, unique community. That's what's happened. It's been changed. And we know why it's been changed. It's not me making this up, is it? You know why it's been changed. Because there's been a cultural transformation underway. Too many have been allowed into those places like Burnley, Oldham, Bradford and whatever. Keighley, Halifax rather than the list is there. Too many have been let in that have brought different ways, beliefs, values, standards with them, incompatible with their local hosts. So it's not me making this up, but you know it's not, right? Ian Byrne, MP for West Derby, refugees welcome, Dan Gardner, MP for Oldham, Dan the diversity man. They know I'm not making it up, they know exactly what's happening. They've watched it in Wembley, especially Ian Byrne when he's went to watch Liverpool at Wembley Stadium. He's watched it the past 30 plus years and he knows exactly what's on the way, how it unfolds in the end result, yet he's remaining silent. It's shocking, ladies and gentlemen. Right, like I said, I'll call time. I've made my point. The video, the short clip of that in Oldham you've just watched, I'm not quite sure what part of Oldham, it could be where Nicolodic, there's a few places there, right? That's the end result of cultural change, right? And that's been due to two cultures that are vehemently opposed to one another, don't want to integrate, assimilate, as you can see. And that's the end result. So why would we want this for our city? Why? For what reason would we want the same for our city? We'd have to be mad, literally mad, as I said, a great man once said. So those in Oldham, they've had 50 years to assimilate and integrate, and they've no intentions of doing it now, right? They no intent of doing it then, let alone now. So that's why we don't need any more cultural change here in our city, ladies and gentlemen. Surely it's common sense what I am saying. What I am saying must be common sense, surely to God. It has to be. Well, if we don't stop further cultural change, then we know what is happening. We know what direction our city will be heading in. We know what direction it's heading in, right? We all do. On a serious note, because this is serious, ladies and gentlemen. It's not some joke, right? It is serious. We have to oppose this. Because look what's happened to them places. Like I've said, they've had decades for assimilation and integration. Has it happened? No, the complete opposite has happened. And then there's not just, as I say, the culture that doesn't want to assimilate, wants to dominate. There's other cultures and nationalities that don't get on with anyone, let alone any host, any culture or whatever. So what's coming into our city long term is going to be disastrous, ladies and gentlemen, long term. You all know it is. And that's why, come election time, find a candidate, reliable, credible, opposed to further cultural change, and give them your vote. Be sure to that, ladies and gentlemen, what you've watched in the video, that's on the way, and that's the end result. It's already here sinking its roots. Right, look at Kensington and Fairfield. Look what's happened, right? Look what's happened to Kensington and Fairfield, Lawrence Road, right? Look now what's happened to County Road, Breck Road, West Derby Road, Prescott Road, many other places. You know what's happening. I've just come along Breck Road, and again, it's unrecognisable to the Breck Road I remember. We've got to oppose this, right? This is serious, ladies and look at the change within minutes. I've been here. Let me have a look on my phone. Been here 8 minutes. Right? Excuse me. I've been here 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Christ. What's our city going to be like in 5 to 10 years' time? Well, exactly. You know what it's going to be like, right? It's going to be a mess. It's not going to be the same place, ladies and gentlemen. We can't pass this down to our children and grandchildren. We don't have the right. Neither do these politicians have the right. None of them do. I'll continue to deliver the awful truth from Church Street, the heart of Liverpool city centre, to either these reckless politicians deal with what's happening or they're voted out for election time. Hopefully the latter. Remember, say no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride, shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.